हेलो बच्चों। तो इस वीडियो में हम एक नया टॉपिक डिस्कस करेंगे and for the board purpose we are going to just cover all the questions related to transport chapter. Okay, as you all know, ये एक बहुत important unit है आपका, okay, board exam के लिए. तो transport is quite easy also and you can easily cover it, right? So let's have a quick revision through transport chapter, right? Very short questions, first of all. Um, Let me zoom it a little so that you'll be able to see clearly the questions. Okay. I hope this is now very clearly visible to you. Yes. Achha. Now let's continue with it. सबसे पहले very short questions are there. First question, what are the means of transport by land? Roads and railways, we all know. What are roads? Roads are routes of travel by two-wheelers, three-wheelers, or trucks, cars, buses, etc. What's the importance of Jhansi in this network of roads? Yes, Jhansi is the junction. You should know this better because this is an important question. It may come as an MCQ also, right? Which is the junction point? Which is the place that is actually junction in between north south and east west corridor? जहां ये दोनों corridors intersect करते हैं, that is actually a point, that is a place which is the junction, and that is Jhansi. Okay, तो ये आप याद रखना. It is the junction point. Then which are the three gauges in the Indian railways? Broad gauge, meter gauge, and narrow gauge. Okay, why has travel by sea decreased? Expansion of railways and the development of roads have reduced actually the importance of water transport, right? Next, short answer questions. What is the meaning of transport? What are the three means of transport? Transport is the means of carrying people and goods from one place to the other. Three means of transport are land, water, and airways. How are roads classified? Roads are classified according to their importance as expressways, right? Expressways, these days it has become an important type of road. Next is national highways, then state highways, major and minor district roads, and village roads. Okay, then what are national highways? National highways are the major trunk roads which link the far comers of our land, and they are maintained by the central government and serves interstate traffic. They connect the capital cities, ports, and important towns with each other, right? These are national highways. What is the Golden Quadrilateral? This is again an important topic for you children. Okay, and why is it so called? This is the biggest and most ambitious project, right? It is a highway network that connects Delhi, Kolkata, Mumbai, and Chennai, all the four metropolitans of India. These are linked by this quadrilateral. Okay, it's almost a quadrilateral is formed when we link all these four cities with each other. So that's why, because of its shape, we actually have given this name to it, Golden Quadrilateral. Okay, because of that only it is called by this name. Next, name the four sections of the Golden Quadrilateral. Four sections are Delhi, Kolkata, right? Then Chennai and Mumbai, then Kolkata, Chennai, and Mumbai, Delhi. So all these four sections of it make it the complete Golden Quadrilateral. Okay, mention any two ways in which Golden Quadrilateral will help in the economic development of the country. It is a highway network connecting India's, you can say, largest metropolitans. Okay. Now, the project will help industrial development by easing the process of supply of raw materials. It will also help to connect many remote areas with the main cities. Okay. Truck transport has actually got developed and it is growing very fast by due to this project. Okay, then which are the stretches of roads common to the Golden Quadrilateral and north south east west corridors? The four stretches are basically in both these: Delhi Agra common to Golden Quadrilateral and north south corridor both. Okay, Sikandra and Kanpur, common to Golden Quadrilateral and East-West Corridor. Bangalore, Krishnagiri, Golden Quadrilateral and North-South Corridor. Udaipur and Chittorgarh, that is again Golden Quadrilateral and East-West Corridor. Okay, why is the railway system divided into zones? How many railway zones are there? This is an important thing to know for efficiency, because it's a India is a vast country, you know, and इतनी बड़ी कंट्री में अगर हम ये मान के चले कि एक अथॉरिटी होगी जो सारी चीजों को डील करेगी, सारे रेलवे in different parts will be handled together by just one authority, that will be very difficult, right? It needs to be divided in several smaller parts, and for that purpose it has been done. For efficiency and convenience, the railway system is divided into several zones, and there are total 17 railway zones. Okay. Mention any three problems being faced by the Indian Railways. Problems. अब ये भी important question आपके लिए है. Railways are difficult to construct in the hilly and mountainous areas. That's why there in hilly and mountainous areas you will find less density of the railway tracks can be seen, right? Number two, huge size of the country makes it difficult to connect the remote areas. Till now, many such remote areas are there where the railway facility is not there available. Okay, tracks have not reached there. Clear? Then third point is that obsolete trains, tracks, and equipment make railway unsafe. Most of the equipments which we use are quite old and outdated ones. So that makes ultimately the railway traveling very unsafe. Then what purpose does sea travel serve nowadays? India has over 14,000 kilometers of navigable waterways. Okay. Now, this is made up of rivers and canals. For example, backwaters of Kerala are extensively used to carry goods and the local products. The shipping of mineral oil, petroleum, heavy machineries, supplement internal transport facilities, all these are actually um, being fulfilled by the sea traveling. Okay, or you can say the waterways. They supplement the internal movement, right? When we talk about the inland waterways, they supplement the movement in internal movement of the people as well as goods within the country. But when we talk about the sea traveling, there um, basically the sea traveling helps in especially the export import for trading purpose. That becomes very important, because where heavy goods have to be carried, this is the best means of transport, because it is quite cheap also, right? And it is quite safe, right? Though it takes time, but it is quite safe. So that's why जहां भी हमें एक्सपोर्ट इंपोर्ट से रिलेटेड जैसे हैवी गुड्स का मूवमेंट कराना है फ्रॉम वन प्लेस टू द अदर, इट हैज टू बी कैरिड. For that, the first thing should come in mind is this means of transport, that is the the waterways, yeah, sea travel. Okay. Mention one advantage and one disadvantage of each of inland waterways. Inland waterways are the cheapest means of transport, okay, in the present conditions. And it is suitable for carrying heavy and bulky goods. अभी जो मैंने आपको बताया. Number two, disadvantage की हम जब बात करते हैं, disadvantage में आप ये दे सकते हो कि हर जगह सपोज हम कहीं भी इनलैंड एरिया में कहीं पर हैं, we are not having any such water body around us. How to use this inland waterways? Not possible. तो इसका reach जो है, it's very limited. Okay, it is limited to the areas where rivers are navigable या oceanic routes exist कर रहे हैं वहां पर, right? या कोई lakes या canals इस टाइप के हैं जहां पर उसको हम inland waterways के purpose से use कर रहे हैं. Otherwise, it's not practically useful in that case. Okay. Then come to next question. Long questions. Name the current expressways. सारे expressways के नाम दिए हुए हैं. But yes, इसमें से I would suggest कि इसमें कुछ important expressways आप अच्छे से learn कर लेना, right? Next, name the future expressways जो आगे बनने वाले हैं future में, वो expressways के नाम दिए हुए हैं. Okay, what are the advantages of road transport? Road transport is fast, it's comfortable, it will help in industrial growth of towns. Okay, it will help in transport of agricultural produce from the production areas to the major cities and ports. It will help in providing job opportunities. It will increase demand for steel, cement, and other reconstruction materials. It helps in tourism. Okay, ये सारे points तो हो गए. बट इसमें अगर ये क्वेश्चन आता है राइट द एडवांटेजेस ऑफ रोड ट्रांसपोर्ट, इट इज फास्ट, इट इज कंफर्टेबल, राइट, इट इज चीप. Okay, it is cheap, then it connects, actually it provides the connectivity between the other for the other means of transport. Like जब हम waterways से ट्रैवल कर रहे हैं तो हम पोर्ट पे उतरते हैं, ठीक है, पोर्ट पर या हमारा कुछ भी गुड्स विच वी हैव गॉट ऑर्डर्ड फ्रॉम समवेयर, तो वहां से हमारे घर तक या हम तक आने में बीच का कनेक्शन चाहिए ना. सो दैट कनेक्टिविटी इज प्रोवाइडेड बाय रोड ट्रांसपोर्ट. सपोज हम रेलवेज के थ्रू कहीं से आ रहे हैं, रेलवेज से हम रेलवे स्टेशन पे उतरे, वहां से हम घर तक आएंगे या हम कहीं भी और जाना है हमें, तो विच इज द कनेक्टिंग मीन्स, दैट इज जस्ट द रोड ट्रांसपोर्ट. सेम वे सपोज एयरपोर्ट से हम बाय एयरवेज वी हैव कम, एयरपोर्ट से हमारे घर तक या एयरपोर्ट से जो भी डेस्टिनेशन पॉइंट है वहां तक जाने में हमेशा रोड ट्रांसपोर्ट ही एप्लीकेबल, इट्स मतलब यूजफुल इन दैट केस. ठीक है, अगर रोड ट्रांसपोर्ट वहां नहीं होगा तो बहुत ज्यादा प्रॉब्लम आएगी. तो दैट एक्चुअली वर्क्स एज अ कनेक्टिंग मीन्स ऑफ ट्रांसपोर्ट बिटवीन द टू पॉइंट्स. एक और बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट यहाँ पर होता है, इट इज फ्लेक्सिबल मीन्स ऑफ ट्रांसपोर्ट. Unlike railways or the waterways or the roadways, sorry, the airways, road transport is the most flexible. आप इमेजिन करो, सपोज हम रेलवेज से कहीं हम जा रहे हैं, ठीक है, बीच में हमें अचानक से मन हुआ कि कहीं हमें यहाँ से कहीं और जाना है, नॉट फॉलोइंग दैट रेल ट्रैक, वी हैव टू गो समवेयर एल्स. हम नहीं जा सकते क्योंकि रेल ट्रैक is actually laid down in a particular direction only, right? Same way waterways हम यूज कर रहे हैं, waterways से अगर हमें लैंड पे कहीं भी इधर उधर कहीं भी जाना है, it's of no use at all, right? What airways, no use at all. But roadways, by roadways we can suppose अभी हम यहाँ रोड पे जा रहे हैं, all of a sudden something comes in our mind, immediately we can turn around and we can turn to any of the directions and we can move, right? तो ये बहुत ही flexible means of transport है, right? It is fast, it is comfortable, it can easily be constructed in undulated land areas, right? Through forest areas also it can be easily constructed, and it is most flexible means, right? It is providing connection between the two destination points, right? तो ये सारे मेन मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट्स है, उसके बाद आप ये सारे एक्स्ट्रा पॉइंट्स आप दे सकते हो, राइट? नेक्स्ट है व्हाट आर द डिमेरिट्स ऑफ रोड ट्रांसपोर्ट. अब इनके डिमेरिट्स क्या हैं, डिसएडवांटेजेस क्या हैं? पुअर क्वालिटी ऑफ रोड, ठीक है, बहुत ज्यादा ट्रैफिक, एक्सेस ऑफ ट्रैफिक, एंड all the different types of vehicles move on the same road, right? So that again reduces the speed of movement. Okay, and the quality of road is one of the reasons for causing a lot of accidents and all. Okay, increase in pollution caused by vehicles, that is again important factor in causing the global warming and climatic change and all. Then construction of highways has given rise to displacement of people and destruction of large tracts of agricultural land. तो ये इसके drawbacks हो गए, ठीक है. Then come to what are the benefits of the golden quadrilateral. It will cut down travel time by 20 to 25%, right? It will help industrial growth of towns through which it passes. It will help transport of the agricultural produce from the hinterland to the major cities and ports. It will help job opportunities in construction as well as in demand for steel, cement, and other construction materials. Okay. Then next question is name 4 advantages and 3 disadvantages of railways. अब railways की बात हम करें, advantages में क्या होंगे? It is fast, it is comfortable, it is cheap, right? Then it is easy to travel from Jammu to Kanyakumari in a matter of 2 days. Then it helps the movement of goods cheaply. It helps in tourism. It is very comfortable for the old people, for the children, or for the families especially. This is a very comfortable means of transport. Okay. Then when we have to carry, suppose we need to carry the entire battalion, okay, for of defense, like the entire company has to be taken from one place to the border areas with all the artillery and all. For that, the railways is a better option as compared to roadways, because roadways में क्या होता है, एक व्हीकल एक टाइम में कुछ लिमिटेड नंबर ऑफ पीपल कैन ट्रैवल बाय दैट. ओके, सपोज ट्रूप्स हमें ले जाने ऑन द बॉर्डर, तो ट्रूप्स के लिए वो एक व्हीकल जो है एक सर्टेन नंबर ऑफ पीपल कैन ओनली ट्रैवल थ्रू दैट. ओके, रेलवेज की जो हम बात करेंगे, रेलवेज में बहुत सारे वैगन्स होते हैं, तो that its capacity also increases many fold, right? By one single railway, by one single train, number of people can reach there at one time, along with all the artilleries in large number it can be carried, right? So this is again one point in favor of, or you can say an advantage for railways. Next है, the greatest disadvantage इसका ये है कि अलग अलग गॉजेस जो हैं इंडिया में, this causes inconveniences and delay for passengers and goods in changing trains. Okay, though it has become very less nowadays, but अभी तक ये बहुत बड़ी प्रॉब्लम लोगों के पास होती थी. Okay, then rail journey can be hazardous also, right? Then construction of new railway lines has led to displacement of people from their land. This is a disadvantage. Okay, then on undulated land and all the hilly and mountainous areas, you will find the rail tracks are very less led in those areas. The reason is it needs a flat surface. ओके, तो वहां पर आपको रेलवे ट्रैक्स बहुत कम मिलेंगे. नेक्स्ट, व्हाट आर द प्रॉब्लम्स ऑफ एयर ट्रांसपोर्ट? एयर ट्रांसपोर्ट, सबसे पहली चीज, दीज आर एक्चुअली क्वाइट एक्सपेंसिव. देन एयर ट्रांसपोर्ट से रिलेटेड आप ये दे सकते हो, एयर एंड वाटरवेज दोनों में दे सकते हो. इट इज टोटली वेदर डिपेंडेंट. ओके, इट इज टोटली डिपेंडेंट ऑन वेदर. वेदर अगर खराब है, इट वोंट वर्क, right? And it's very risky to travel by airways or the waterways, right? तो ये एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट फैक्टर हो जाता है इन दोनों मीन्स ऑफ ट्रांसपोर्ट में, एयरवेज एंड वाटरवेज में. Then heavy air traffic at the major airports has increased the hazards of air travel. ठीक है, when many airlines await clearance for landing and taking off, the airports get heavily crowded and this makes traffic control more difficult. फिर नेक्स्ट है टेररिज्म, हाईजैकिंग, sabotage are becoming more common due to politics, right? So steps are being taken to control them. This is again one problem which is being faced by the airways or the air transport. Okay, mention two advantages and one disadvantage of air transport. अब इसमें आप क्या लिख सकते हो, अब ये बताओ. mention two advantages and one disadvantage of air transport. Two advantages kya honge? It is fastest, it is comfortable mode of transport, it connects the remote areas of the country also quite well, right? It provides help especially during the calamities and all, right? So airlift karna hai logon ko, uske liye ye help karta hai. It can move across the mountain barriers and sandy deserts, large expanses of water and all. So without any problem, it just crosses over that entire area. Okay, so these are the advantages of it. And one more thing here you can add, it is fastest means, तो आप ये दे सकते हो कि for any emergency, suppose we need to provide any medical aid somewhere, right? Or any small like any such material we have to send anywhere else, which is actually not so bulky, right? It's not so heavy. It can be electronic material, it can be such items which are um, the food items and all, right? They are actually not going to be there for long time. They are not in a good way you will be able to consume, right? So the such things you can say ऐसे मटेरियल्स को हम बोलते हैं पेरिशेबल गुड्स। पेरिशेबल गुड्स हैं या इलेक्ट्रॉनिक आइटम्स हैं या कोई इमरजेंसी कंडीशन में हमें इमीडिएटली सर्विस प्रोवाइड करना है कहीं पर, या कोई मेडिसिन हमें इमीडिएटली कहीं पहुंचवाना है, तो उसके लिए हमेशा एक पॉइंट हमारे माइंड में आता है, दैट इज वन मीन्स ऑफ ट्रांसपोर्ट, दैट इज एयरवेज। ओके, क्योंकि हमें ये पता है कि एयरवेज इज द मीन्स ऑफ ट्रांसपोर्ट विच इज वेरी फास्ट एंड विच कैन मेक दिस पॉसिबल। ओके, तो ये एक पॉइंट हो गया। अच्छा, डिसएडवांटेज में आप क्या लिखोगे? वन डिसएडवांटेज related to the air transport is it depends on weather condition, then flights are often delayed due to bad weather. Yes, this is again one thing. And one more disadvantage here you can add related to India, at least we in India, we can discuss about all these things, that it is quite expensive, right? Though these days it is the cost of tickets and all, uh, it has actually gone down a little, but still it is quite expensive for a large number of people who are there in India. Okay, so for poor people or for the middle class people also, at certain level only they can think. Otherwise, this is quite expensive for them. Okay, so give geographical reasons for the following. Why is road transport in India considered more useful than rail transport? State two reasons in support of your answer. दोनों को कंपैरिजन कर दिया बच्चों, तो आप इस चीज के लिए रेडी रहना। या तो इंडिविजुअल क्वेश्चन आ सकता है, एडवांटेज डिसएडवांटेज ऑफ रोड ट्रांसपोर्ट, रेल ट्रांसपोर्ट, एयरवेज, वाटरवेज, तो इस तरह आ सकता है। या एक टाइप का क्वेश्चन ऐसे भी आ सकता है, कंपैरिजन करना। तो यहाँ जैसे इस टाइप का क्वेश्चन यहाँ पर आप देख रहे हो, इसमें रोड और रेल को कंपेयर करना है। रोड ट्रांसपोर्ट इज मोर फ्लेक्सिबल देन रेल एज बसेस, ट्रक्स एंड other vehicles, right, can be stopped anywhere at any time for passengers and goods and all. But trains cannot stop. It stops only at stations. Next, road transports provide door-to-door service. Yes, this is again one point we have to consider. Door-to-door service is provided only by the roads, not by any other means of transport. Okay. Then roads can negotiate high gradients and sharp turns to reach to at almost all areas, whereas trains cannot do the same. Roads can be constructed at hilly areas also, right, over the undulated areas also. Then next, why is road transport favored in the northern plains of India? Road transport is favored in the northern plains due to its fertile soil and the high density of population. Most of the industrial centers and most of the urban areas, cities, are actually found within the northern plains, right? Maximum density of population you will find in the northern plains. So that makes actually the requirement of road there, right? Because the people, if the people are there, they need to move. Okay, so road transport is the cheapest means for that. Next is give reasons to explain the lack of rail transport in northern India. Yes, lack of rail transport in northern India. Northern India, northern plains नहीं लिखा है बच्चों, तो northern India means it has rugged relief and large number of rivers, which makes construction of railways quite expensive. ओके, गंगा इज नेविगेबल फ्रॉम इट्स माउथ राइट अप टू हरिद्वार। ये एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन है, आप ये मार्क कर लेना, और ये क्वेश्चन कई बार पूछा जा चुका है बोर्ड्स में। तो एरिया नियर द माउथ ऑफ गंगा इज एन एक्सट्रीमली प्लेन रीजन, ओके, विद अ वेरी जेंटल स्लोप. Due to the gentle slope, the rivers flow very steadily in the plain. And one more thing here you can add, it's the surface is quite smooth. Okay, it's not a rocky surface, so that makes it the smooth movement of river possible. Okay, then next is the two reasons for the rivers of Deccan Plateau. Acha, one more point here you can add related to Ganga, right? Ganga is navigable from its mouth right up to Haridwar because of the joining of several tributaries. Small tributaries, small and big tributaries are joining Ganga river. So this actually helps in maintaining the level of water also, right? Because that all that water joins one main stream and that maintains the depth of water. So the you can say it can be used for the as the waterway also, right? As an important waterway. Then next is two reasons for the rivers of Deccan Plateau being non-navigable and non-perennial are again, this is one question which you need to discuss, which you need to remember. Okay, peninsular rivers, जो हैं, these are not so important for navigation, or you can say in the Deccan Plateau, why these are not so important. They flow through rocky surface. Rocky surface में होने की वजह से, or moreover, they are crossing through Deccan Plateau region and all. So they have several ups and downs in their flow, right? Ups and downs are there, waterfalls, rapids, and all these are seen. Then the area gets seasonal rainfall. Okay, so all these things make the uh, rivers of Deccan Plateau less important. These are seasonal, so they have sufficient water, especially during the rainy season. Rest of the season, they are having very less water within them. Okay, so that makes it unsuitable for the development of the waterways. Next, why has the importance of inland waterways declined? Give any two reasons. Rivers of India face the problem of silting. Okay, so depth of water in some rivers decline in the dry season, making navigation difficult. It is slow means of transport. Okay. Next, name the following. Name three important seaports, each on the east and west coast. East coast पे कौन-कौन से हैं? Chennai, Kolkata, Visakhapatnam. These all are lying on the east coast. West coast पे Mumbai, Marmagao, and Mangalore. Name four international airports. Indira Gandhi International Airport, then Dum Dum, then Sahara Airport, then mm, Minambakam, Chennai. So all these are the international airports, right? Name to national airlines, Air India and Indian Airlines, right? Name to private airlines, Indigo and Jet Airways. Clear? Then name to private airlines, then an important inland waterway of Northeast India, the national waterway number 2, the river Brahmaputra connecting Dhubri, Guwahati, Dibrugarh. This is an important waterway. Then one expressway with its terminal cities. अब इसका आंसर क्या होगा? One expressway, Sher Suri Marg, connecting Delhi and Amritsar. Okay, a major port which is not located on the sea coast and is at a distance of 128 kilometers from the coast along the banks of a river, Kolkata port. Okay, because that's why Kolkata port is also called as riverine port, because it's not a seaport. It's not on the coast of the sea or ocean. It is lying in the interior. Okay, and the rivers which join the sea along the bank of the river, Kolkata port has developed. So that is why it is also many times called as riverine port. Name two areas where helicopter services may be used: Jammu Kashmir and Himachal Pradesh. Then, why has the importance of inland waterways declined? Give any two reasons. This all we have done just now. We have discussed all these questions, right? One advantage of air transport, ये भी हमने कर लिया, popular means of transport in India. Why is road transport in India considered more useful than rail transport? Two reasons in support of your answer. All this we have discussed, right? Then mention one advantage and one disadvantage each of inland waterways. One advantage, they are cheaper than any other means of transport. Okay, and disadvantage हो जाएगा because of slow speed. It cannot compete with other means of transport. Still, it is very less in use. Okay. Then MCQs, they carry almost 90% of the country's passenger traffic and 65% of its freight. Is it roadways, railways, airways, and waterways? The answer will be roadways. The highway network connects four largest metropolitan cities: Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata, Chennai, and this project is termed as Golden Quadrilateral. This four or six expressways, 4 or 6 lane expressways connect Srinagar to Kanyakumari and Porbandar to Silchar. It is north, south, east, west corridor. Okay. Then come to the next one. Next is travel by sea has decreased. Expansion of the railways and the development of roads have reduced the importance of water transport. Water transport is very expensive as compared to rail, road and all. Water transport requires high maintenance cost. Waterways cannot carry heavy and bulky goods. इसमें correct answer हो जाएगा आपका A, the expansion of railways and the development of roads. Okay, have reduced the importance of water transport. So a major port which is not located on the sea coast and is at a distance of 128 kilometers. अभी हमने discuss किया था, that is Kolkata port. That's why it is also called as a riverine port. India's second longest 6-lane controlled access expressway stretch, fast moving to minimize the travel time between Delhi and Agra to 2 hours. Yamuna Expressway, India's first expressway that opened in 2001. Then next is the form of transport is the lifeline of the country's inland transport. Inland transport में कौन सा means transport जो है, कौन सा transport means जो है वो that is actually working as the lifeline of country's inland transport. अब आप बताओ इसका आंसर क्या होगा, इसमें से रेलवेज, रोडवेज, एयरवेज, वाटरवेज कौन सा इसमें बेस्ट आंसर होगा, बेस्ट ऑप्शन होगा? इसमें रेलवेज इज द बेस्ट ऑप्शन फॉर दिस. ओके, देन northern plains of India have high density of road networks. अब इसमें इसको सपोर्ट करने के लिए आंसर आपका इसमें सारे ऑप्शंस वर्क करेंगे. ओके, सारे ऑप्शंस. और ये क्या है आप देखो, presence of flat terrain, flat surfaced area is there. It is agriculturally rich region. Roads are required to transport food grains and other inputs from one region to another. Okay. Then this region has high density of population. That is actually most important thing. And road network to this actually it is providing service to the large number population of this area. Then all of these are working as the option for this question. The northeastern states do not have good road network due to rugged land surface. Okay, presence of swift streams which necessitates the construction of large number of bridges and all. Okay, तो उससे क्या होगा, कंस्ट्रक्शन कॉस्ट कई गुना जो है बढ़ जाएगा, right? It will increase many times. So it will actually create problems. Then presence of thick forest area also in that region, you will find northeastern region. तो कहीं ना कहीं hilly mountainous area, dense forested area, and construction of bridges and all that all come together as one option, that is all of these. Okay, तो यहाँ पर option आ जाएगा आपका D. This is the fastest mode of transport, nothing else but airways. Okay, then this was established to provide health services to the petroleum sector, including ONGC and Oil India Limited. कौन सा you can say the airways transport was provided? बताइए इसमें कौन सा आंसर होगा? पवन हंस हेलीकॉप्टर लिमिटेड. Okay, PHHL in short it is called. Then name one important seaport on the east coast. Now east coast में आपका विशाखापट्टनम, मुंबई, मंगलोर, मरमगांव, ये 4 कोस्ट के नाम यहाँ पर हैं. कौन सा पोर्ट ईस्ट कोस्ट पर आपके मिलेगा? विशाखापट्टनम. विशाखापट्टनम is the port which lies on the east coast and the rest all are lying on the west coast. अच्छा, नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, नेम वन इंपॉर्टेंट सी पोर्ट ऑन द वेस्ट कोस्ट. नाउ अब बाकी सारे 3 जो हैं वो दूसरे ऑप्शंस होंगे एक्सेप्ट वन, राइट? अच्छा, कोलकाता, it is not on the west coast, it is in the east coast. Mumbai is lying on the west coast, Chennai east, and none of these. तो यहाँ पर the only option left is Mumbai. Okay, then next, importance of inland waterways has declined due to all these points are working here. The depth of water is not much, and the problem of silting of the rivers and all. It is slow means of transport, right? So all these are the options. All these, you can say, the option which is given all of these So that will be the most appropriate answer for this. Okay. So this is all, children, with your revision of the transport chapter, right? Very quickly, I have covered most of the questions from this chapter. Now it's your time to give your 100% in your exams, right? So again, in the next video, I will meet you. Until then, do your best and prepare best for the exam. Okay? Bye.